Good morning, folks. I usually don't do a live. I usually don't share my boarding trains. I only do, 5 boarding trains a year. I've only done 30 of them for moderate to severe cases. This is one of them. This is about 2.5-year-old Koa, um, mostly pit bull terrier. Very, very high prey drive. We've got my working line German Shepherd, and they've just started playing in the last couple of days. They hate each other the first few days here. Koa has been here got here last Sunday. And they were just playing, but by the time I set it up, they only play for a minute or so, but they play very hard. They vocalize, they nip, they play like real working dogs play. So let's talk about this, and I'm going to upload a bunch of videos. Everything I've done with the dog, keep in mind, this dog was 90% trained through me, basic obedience in an advanced package, very reactive to wildlife, very reactive to people, multiple attempted bites. This dog actually bit me a month and a half ago. He's a real deal dog. He's not a dog. He grew up in the streets. He's got scars all over him. He's a good boy. You got to know what you're doing with this dog here, or he will kick your ass. Same thing with my working line dog. He came back on me his first or second day here. It's not uncommon when I do boarding trains that the dogs don't eat for a day or 2 or 3. He didn't eat much the first day. Didn't drink much water, was very stressed. You guys, change, is stressful, right? But they all come around. I'll show you where my boarding trains stay. I've got just a little 250 square foot room off my cabin here. And the dogs stay, and we do I didn't have time. We've had major flooding in my state of Vermont. I didn't have time. All the roads and bridges washed out. I didn't have time to finish up my trim work. But nice rubber floor, got the crate, and plenty of room to work in there. So let's just watch this and see if they go back to playing again. But this is great, guys. Again, they wanted to kill each other. This dog scared the crap out of my dog. He resource guards food. And that's how I picked up this, and the owners didn't even know. So let's talk about what I do, because I've gotten a handful of messages on here. And this is kind of my protocol and procedure and what I do with dogs. My job is to assess and see where the dogs are at, what they're struggling with, right? This dog here, let's watch this. Good play. So this dog doesn't know how to play. The owners have tried introducing him to 3 dogs over the last 4 months since I got him. But he plays so hard, he'd scare the other dogs, or the owners got nervous. Folks, real deal dogs play hard. Okay? A lot of owners, a lot of calls I get. My dog's aggressive. My dog's going to kill a person. My dog's going to kill another dog. 95% of the time, they're not. they're just reactive. They're unsure. They're insecure. They're fearful. They're timid. They don't know. They've never had the proper exposure to people, places, things consistently, as in every other day, 2 to 3 times a week for a month. A lot of these dogs miss the imprinting stage in life. That first 4 to 5 months is vital, guys. This dog was not playing when it came here. 0 play drive. Very, very high food drive. But if the food, kibble, treats went away, he would say, fuck you, make me. Okay, part of that is the owners treat trained for too long. Every dog is different, right? That's how I teach everything. But very quickly, within a month, I start fading the reward schedule, right? Going from a fixed reward, paying the dog for everything while they're learning, catching them being good like right now and paying them for it with a YES. I use markers. So they know, right? I teach every dog YES, wrong and good. So I can help shape them and teach them what I want and what I don't really want fairly, age appropriately. And sometimes, guys, desperate times call for desperate measures. Do I wish every dog would be responsive out in the streets, out in the real world, to love, affection, and freaking lollipops and dog treats? Yeah, but 90% of them don't. Okay? 80-90% of dogs, your treat training, redirecting nonsense is not going to work out in the streets. Okay? This dog would not come near me 2 months ago when we started training. Very timid, fearful. His response is very different from men compared to women. Okay? He's head shy, like a lot of dogs, right? A lot of dogs don't like you touching the top of their head. Was he beaten? I don't know. I have seen some concerning things when I brought out my Chuck It stick, my Chuck It launcher with my German Shepherd. I went back and threw it. This dog spooked and startled off 5-7 feet, all nervous, appearing like he'd been hit with some type of object of similar size, or the motion triggered it, right? Dogs, like humans, right, their behavior is based in emotion. So there was clearly an emotional tie to that movement that triggered his fear flight response. Okay, so I may or may not work on desensitizing, counter conditioning to those movements very slowly, right? I'll grab the Chuck It, I'll move it around level 1 very slowly. Will I say YES and feed the dog? Then level 2, level 3, level 5, over a few couple days. And then once it's become a little more neutral, right, I could lay it inside next to the food and water bowl, right? All these things to counter conditioning a dog to their trauma, or it doesn't matter, right? I don't know. Unfortunately, the dogs can't talk. What's going on? Why are you licking yourself? Clearly he's bored or he's a little uncomfortable. You're a good boy. Oh, you're a good boy, honey. And I always check. When a dog itches or scratches, I always check. Good. Good lay down. Good easy. I always check, and then I soothe them after they rub it for a minute. I come in for a few seconds, let them know I got them. It speaks volumes, in my opinion. Guys, I've trained well over 1,000 dogs. It doesn't matter. There's a lot better trainers out there than me. What I do works. It works if you work it, right? Like I tell my clients, it's 85, 90% you, it's 10% me. So anyways, don't overthink body language. A lot of trainers really overthink body language, especially lip licking in the tail, in the head, how they're carrying their head, their ears. You know, I don't worry about one or two body language, visual cues. Okay, I don't worry about that. How I introduce dogs is very precise and articulated. I don't just throw two dogs together and let the dogs be dogs. Let them figure it out. No, this is the deal. I'm the captain. I'm the captain of this team. We're a team. We work together. We don't have to like each other, but we will respect each other. I'll let them do a little growl or do a little nonsense, but if a dog's intentionally trying to be an asshole, I am going to step in. If a dog is taking space while I am touching, loving another dog, if a dog is taking another toy from another dog's space, that is not okay. Right? Dogs guard and protect people, places, things, and space. At the end of the day, this is my house. Okay? I am number one. I am the captain of this team. If anybody's going to be fighting or fucking, it's going to be me. And I'll let them do a little nonsense and blah, 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 and figure out their little bit of roles. But I will step in quickly and firmly and let them know fighting and fucking will not be allowed around here. And they get it. But number one, I train the dog in obedience very, very well. I give them the genetic outlets they need, right? Prey drive, chase, squirrels, chipmunks, rabbits, deer, cows, llamas, birds. Same thing with my German Shepherd when she was young, right? And a lot of people allow that. Let the dog be the dog, free will. And that's how your dog develops moderate to severe issues, endangers wildlife, which is illegal, gets hit by cars. Guys, you need to instill morals and ethics in your dogs. You need to bring out the best in them. It is your job as a dog owner to train your dogs. You watch, 80% of dogs out there can't even walk on a leash. They don't know how to properly play. Fetch, tug, bring it back to you, drop it in your hand. That is trained, that is taught. It takes hard work. Sometimes the dog accidentally bites you and cuts you open because it doesn't know how to play. It doesn't know how to bite the toy. It's all over the place. That hand-eye coordination was never developed at a young age, and that's okay. Like right now with this almost 2.5-year-old pit bull mix. Grew up on the streets of Texas, embedded collars, returned to the shelter multiple times. It was out of control when I met it 3 months ago. Wanting to kill the neighbor's cat, aggressing to multiple people, growling, hackles up, lunging, snapping, coming back on the owners multiple times. Anyway, I just wanted to show a little bit of play. You need to let your dogs play. Find one dog that matches your dog's drive and temperament. Once a week, every couple weeks for 10, 15 minutes, go to a safe place. Tennis courts with fences are great. Baseball fields with fences, check all the gates, are great. I believe dogs are social animals, right? But you must train the dog. The dog must listen to you first, right? If you can't control your dog in your own house and property, if you can't even get your dog to drop a toy for you, if you can't even get your dog to sit and wait for food, if you can't get your dog to not bolt out the door or bolt out the crate door, right? How do you think you're going to stop resource guarding and dog on dog in the home aggression or reactivity out in the real world? You're not. You're not. Back up a step, right? Set your dogs up to learn and win. It all starts inside, teaching yes, wrong, and good. Yes, reward, release. Wrong, try something else. Then I pair it with leash pressure. Good, keep doing that. Good lay down. Good shed. Good easy. Right? Free shaping, fixed shaping, stupid sounds that become powerful, right? I paid my dog for the good easy command from when she was 8 weeks old till 12, 14 weeks old. Good easy, toss kibble. Good easy, toss kibble. Good easy. Got some love, right? But the love, the kibble, everything was earned and precise, right? There was no handouts. That creates a lot of issues, guys. I'm not the type of trainer that goes and redirects a dog to obedience if they have issues. Number one, I'm not going to put them in that position for a month, month and a half, depending on the age and history, right? If they're reactive to other dogs, I'm not putting them in front of other dogs. If they're reactive to people, I'm not putting them in front of people. I'm going to train them the 6 basic obedience commands that I train every dog: come, sit, down, up, off, place. As well as yes, wrong, good, and easy. That's 10 words. And let's go on leash, inside and on the property, asking once. Every dog client, right? Our dogs are only as good as us. Every client must think like a dog trainer, especially if your dogs have issues. You might as well not even bother if you can't be consistent and do this every day. Your dog will love you tenfold. Sometimes you got to get your heart out of it, right? You got to get your heart out of it. Your heart, your love, your fur baby, over affection for nothing. Now they're coming up and muzzling you and saying, pet me, bitch. Bark, bark, bark. I'm hungry. Feed me, bitch. Bark, bark, bark. I want to go outside, bitch, and chase the birds and bark at everyone that comes by. How you live and interact with your dog is 80% of dog training. Here's a good little thing I learned from a mentor of mine. I won't name a name. For 48 hours, completely ignore your dog. Don't talk to it. Don't look at it. Don't ask it anything. If you've got issues with your dog, all you do is make it sit for food. Put the food bowl down. If it breaks it, sit. Take a few days to teach it yes, wrong, good, maybe a release word. All you do, you don't touch it. You mostly ignore that dog. You speak dog. You would be amazed at what happens just in a couple days. Stop touching it. Stop loving on it. If it's in your way, gently guide it out of your way with your knee. I'm telling you, it is powerful. For now, you'd be amazed at what happens if you make changes in the home, and everybody in the home, the husband, the wife, the kids, guests. If you have issues with your dogs, you need one adult to take control of the situation and train the dog for 5-7 minutes a couple times a day. Make some changes in how you live and interact with that dog. Right? Teach the dog. You got to teach the dog. Right? Dogs are mammals, just like humans. They pursue pleasure, avoid displeasure. And I'm not going to put them in situations that they're going to fail or they're not ready for. Okay, so this is just a little off the cuff thing here, guys. God bless you. Thanks for watching.